Let's now go to Michele Goldman, who's the CEO of the New South Wales Jewish Board of Deputies. Thanks for joining us, Michele. I want to come to that court case about the protest in a moment, but first up, just your response to peace deal and the prospect of those hostages being freed in the next 48 to 72 hours.
The news that greeted us when we came out of the courtroom was just amazing, Chris. It's something we've all been dreaming about for many, many months over the last 2 years, and we're just standing by with cautious hope that it will be delivered.
Absolutely. Now, the reason you were in court, of course, was for this hearing for the anti-Israel or the pro-Palestinian protesters who wanted to go to the Opera House and essentially reenact that horrible protest that occurred there 2 years ago. It was knocked back. The court has upheld the police ruling to block the protest on public safety grounds. What other grounds did you put forward in the court, and what did the court find about those?
Well, the New South Wales Jewish Board of Deputies, together with the ECAJ, the national representative body, put forward an amicus brief alongside the police's argument to share the experience of the Jewish community over the past 2 years as a result of the relentless protests that we've seen occupying our streets and our cities. That evidence was accepted by the court, which we were really pleased. As you've already suggested, the main grounds for it being knocked back is around public safety. There were significant public safety risks involved with this proposed protest. But from the Jewish community's perspective, we're just relieved. We didn't want to have to relive the despicable scenes of anti-Semitism on the forecourt of the Opera House from October 9, 2023. And especially at the current time, we're commemorating the 2-year anniversary of October 7.
I just want to, sorry to cut you off. I just want to show you what one of the pro-Palestinian protesters or organisers said outside the court this morning.
If there's a ceasefire in the next 48 hours, is there still a need to protest and fight?
Yes, because this goes beyond just the genocide over the last 2 years. Obviously, it's important because Israel has only been able to carry out a genocide because they have been armed by countries like Australia and the United States because of the political support that they've received from those governments. We've seen hundreds of thousands of Palestinians have lost their lives because of that complicity. We need to end the policy of complicity with an apartheid regime which has been oppressing Palestinians since 1947.
Now, there's lie upon lie there. He's talking about a genocide that hasn't existed. He's talking about hundreds of thousands of deaths when even Hamas only talks about 66,000 deaths and they would be largely inflated. But the key point is they're saying they'll still protest. Shouldn't they be out there celebrating peace rather than, again, trying to demonise Israel on Sunday?
Well, it does expose the true motivations of the protesters, as you have said yourselves, which is to demonise Israel, because anyone who in their hearts has been hoping for a peace over the last 2 years, anyone who has been distressed by the scenes they've seen on TV, there are no winners in war, would be really pleased at the news today and would be hoping for and doing whatever they could to support the efforts for the hostages to be returned, for Hamas to disarm, for a new government to be established so that the people of Gaza can start to rebuild their lives.
Spot on. Thanks so much for joining us, Michele. I appreciate it. Michele Goldman there from the New South Wales Jewish Board of Deputies. Good news about that protest. Let's see how the police go enforcing that on Sunday. There'll be a protest. No one's shutting down their right to protest. They just can't protest on the Opera House forecourt.